Hey, welcome back to the Realist Podcast. I'm your host, Alyssa Howard, and I'm delighted to be here. It's actually Valentine's Day evening now. I had the most amazing Valentine's Day ever. Finally, because if you know, you know. I've had 3 crappy Valentine's Days in a row. So this year, I made sure to prioritize myself and show myself love, and it went amazing. It went better than I could even imagine. And I just feel really happy and full of love, especially self-love. So in honor of Valentine's Day, I wanted to do an episode on loving yourself and why it's important to do that first before getting in a relationship and attracting a partner. And also just talk about love, like really just loving yourself, because that's the main thing that I know about. I don't know nothing about no healthy love yet. Okay, yet. So there's that. Well, I know a little bit. I'm not gonna sit here and lie. But anyways, for the first time, this episode is not outlined. And I do have undiagnosed ADHD. So I apologize in advance if I don't finish a thought on accident. But you will still get the gist and you will still very much appreciate this episode. There will still be a lot of value. However, there's probably going to be a time or two where I'm like, what was I saying? You have to prioritize yourself. When you love yourself, you prioritize yourself. That's the main bottom line of loving yourself. Loving yourself is showing up for yourself, making time for yourself, respecting your time, respecting your boundaries, respecting your own goals and desires, being disciplined and being consistent, and just showing up for yourself in multiple ways across the board. That's hard, like that's kind of hard, especially when it comes to consistency or discipline and stuff like that. Like that's hard in general, but when you don't love yourself, it's easy, really easy to give up on your goals and give up on things and, kind of allow people to walk all over you or allow your boundaries to just go out the window during certain moments or whatever. When you love yourself, though, you don't allow stuff like that to happen, or at least you try your very hardest, because we're human. Things are going to happen. Slip ups will be made. And as long as we give ourselves compassion and understand, okay, that's okay, I'm working on it. But you know what I'm saying? Instead of being like, oh, you're so stupid, why would you do that? Just switching how you talk to yourself and how you treat yourself, that's just showing love to yourself. That's loving yourself. And as long as you keep showing up in that manner. As long as you keep showing up in that manner, you're good and you're making progress. So when it comes to attracting a relationship, not only a relationship, but a healthy one, and with someone who you can see longevity with, you have to start with yourself. You have to love yourself first. And I'm going to explain why. I just made a TikTok about this, actually. I was getting ready and talking about it on my account, but people can tell and sense if you love yourself, or at least, respect your time, boundaries, etc. And people kind of act based on how you treat yourself. This goes with everything, not just with love, business, family members, even strangers. It's really energy, and it's something that is just sensed. So for example, me, before I healed and learned to love myself, I had like daddy issues, right? Okay, so I had daddy issues. I did not love myself or respect myself. So I would do things for external validation, specifically male validation or attention. And I would do things that maybe I shouldn't have done, for someone else's validation or external, just external validation or attention or even a conversation. And I can only imagine how that came off to them. Like, I can only imagine how obvious it was to them. Oh, she does not respect herself, because guys, they're not stupid. They be knowing. But anyways, fast forward to now, for example, those same men or boys know good and goddamn well not to approach me. And it's crazy, because the only difference is me and how I treat myself and how I show up for myself. I didn't change physically. I mean, shit, if anything, I got cuter, like I got hotter. But I internally did the work, and now not just anybody approaches me. People know not to approach me on BS. Specifically men and boys is what I'm talking about. Now, some of them are real confident, especially strangers at like the mall or something that don't know me. But the people that know me and follow me and see me on social media and have talked to me in person and stuff like that, Mm-mm. And it's because of the energy I carry. It's because it's very obvious and clear. Okay, Alyssa respects herself. She does not play like that. She values her time. She has boundaries. She stands on her boundaries. She's a clear communicator. She's blunt. Like, she's to the point. Not only that, but she got her own house, her own car. Like, she has her own, business, income, all that. I cannot just come any type of way. I cannot just approach her any type of way. It's just known. Like, it doesn't even have to be said. So, again, going back to pre-healed times, if you are still in that energy, whether you have freaking daddy issues or not, that was just my personal story. But, whatever it is, it can be sensed. Self-awareness is the first step to change, period. So as long as you're self-aware of how you're not only treating yourself, but acting in front of other people, specifically potential partners and stuff, you'll be able to tweak things quicker. You'll be able to make changes quicker, and you'll be able to actually see results. I would recommend, if you'll know. It's to each their own. I feel like everyone kind of knows the place they are in their journey. If you know that, okay, I'm not ready, I'm not fully in it yet, or I don't fully feel like I love myself, or at least show up like that consistently, just take some time to yourself. Maybe stop looking or worrying about men, or being in a relationship. It would be a waste of time for a lack of better term, because since everything is a mirror, you're only going to attract how you are mentally. So if you're not ready, you're going to attract someone that isn't ready in some way, shape, or form. So I would definitely suggest isolation, and God will isolate you if you need to be isolated, for sure. But if you feel called to, you should. Don't waste any more time, because you're just going to delay the inevitable, because eventually you are going to be isolated. That's just how the Most High works, okay? God wants the best for us. And as long as we're open to change and improving and evolving, that will happen. There are a lot of people that don't evolve and have the opportunities to, and just don't, and that's fine with them. But me personally, no. No. I just really want to hit that home. Is that a term? I just really want to hit on the fact that you attract people how you show up for yourself. Again, this is not just relationships, but obviously we're talking about that specifically. I've noticed, even, like, I'm still single, okay? However, the times where I have kind of been interested in someone, or been open to seeing if something would work out, now I do not even attract the same type of guys that I did when I was unhealed and did not show love or respect for myself. The guys that I attract now and that approach me now, they know my worth because I know my worth, and they see my value because I see my value. And that's why it's so important to heal and like really work on yourself, not just for relationships and external things like that, but just for yourself. It just feels good. I'm telling you, as somebody who has done the hard work for the past 3 years, it's not going to be peaches and sunshine and rainbows all the time, but it is going to be worth it. And it's kind of one of those things where you only really do once, and then once you have the self-love, it's just always there, I really look forward to being in a relationship again. Obviously, I'm not rushing it at all. I love being single as well, but I do look forward to seeing and like knowing who my partner is in the future, because I know they're not going to play about me. Like, I just know they're going to be such a good partner because I'm a good partner to myself. That's another thing. You got to show up for yourself how you would expect your future partner to. And that's not just with, consistency and loyalty to your goals and whatnot. It's also physical stuff. If your love language is quality time, spend quality time with yourself. If your love language is gift giving or receiving gifts, give yourself gifts. Go buy yourself things. Obviously, be smart with your money. Don't be out here like in Gucci if you can't afford Gucci. You know what I'm saying? But still, give yourself flowers. Take yourself out on dates. That's another thing for quality time. If your love language is words of affirmation and that's how you feel the most loved, then talk to yourself positively in the mirror. What was I even about to say? In the mirror. Talk to yourself positively in the mirror. Hype yourself up and remind yourself who you are and speak positively over yourself. You should be doing that regardless. You know what I'm saying? You should be doing all of this regardless, but hone in on what your specific love language is and watch. Like, you will feel so loved, and the more you do it, the easier it is, the less you overthink it, and the more natural it comes. You won't even have to plan it out or try. I'm not gonna lie, I only had 3 bullet points and I covered them without realizing I covered them, but I really want to talk more about the physical action of loving yourself, because that's something I've started to do recently, hence why you guys have started to see like, oh my gosh, you've grown so much, and like, I love how you love yourself. It's because I show it not only to you guys, obviously, I show it to myself, like off camera, on camera, it doesn't matter. Every single day I do something for myself that shows me I love me, even if it's just getting up and showing up to the gym when I know I don't want to, because I love myself and I'm going to make sure that my future self is proud and happy. And also, I kind of have tough love for myself too. I'll be like, girl, get up. Like, what do you mean you don't want to go to the gym? I don't care. I did not ask. I love you. Let's go. Like, get up. Your future self will thank you. Come on. You know, like, give yourself some tough love. Also, a little tip, treat yourself as an actual person. And I know how that sounds. You're like, well, duh, I am a person. But no, like, treat yourself as if you were your friend or your family member. Treat yourself like not you, not your brain. I saw a TikTok actually where this guy said you should act as if God gave you this duty. You have one job, and the one job that he gave you is to just take care of this human. Make sure the human is healthy, make sure the human is happy and healthy, and just, I already said that, and just enjoys life, but you know, gets what they need to get done, and just take care of this human. Make this human very happy, and make sure they're good. Are you gonna encourage them to like go, I don't know, do drugs or something? I don't know, like, or are you going to suggest starting a gym membership? Or I don't know, like, even if you are debating back and forth between making a not so great decision. I know we've all done this before where we know we should not make a decision, but we're like, for the plot, like, let's just do it for the plot. Would you let your human do it for the plot? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't have really great examples right now, especially because I didn't write any down. I'm not good with stuff on the spot. I'm working on that. But basically just treat yourself as if it's your job to take care of you, because it is, really. Just take care of yourself as if you're another person. Like, there's so many things that we do that we would never allow our loved ones to do because we love them. I love you. So I'm not going to let you chug a whole entire bottle of Don Julio. I don't know. I don't have any. These are like silly examples, but still, like, no, I love you. I'm not going to let you sabotage this job opportunity. I know you're scared, but you can do it anyway. You got this. If you love someone, you're going to say something like that to them, but you don't do it with yourself. You see what I'm saying? Just treat yourself as if you're a loved one, as if you're a friend or a family member. If your friend came up to you and said, oh, this guy that I like is treating me like crap, but I really like him, what are you going to tell that friend usually? Oh, you should probably like not mess with him, or you should leave him, or at least communicate that you don't like how he's acting, and if he doesn't change it, then you need to leave. But when it's you, it's like, oh, well, but I like him, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? Like, just treat yourself as if you're a friend. And that really has helped. I'm not going to lie. That was kind of what I did in the beginning, almost separating myself from myself and just treating Alyssa as a person rather than me, my brain, you know? Another thing, back to the whole physical. Yeah, I can tell. I just realized that I didn't finish that thought, but I'm coming back to it. But back to the physical love and just how you show yourself love physically is, again, like I said, like buying yourself flowers, buying yourself things. When you do stuff like that, not only does it feel good, and especially when you put the intention behind it. So yeah, you can go buy flowers because they're cute and you need some for your house, or you can be like, I'm buying myself these flowers because I deserve flowers and they look beautiful and I just love how flowers make me feel, so I'm gonna buy them for me because I know that I love how it feels. Do you see the difference? Like, it's not just flowers anymore. It's like, oh my gosh, start moving with intention and you will see a difference. I'm telling you, when you start doing stuff like this for yourself, not only does it become the new bare minimum, the new standard, but you will not accept anything less from anyone else who tries to come into your life. I've seen girls who have had, you know, like great fathers who have treated them like princesses since they were born and give them flowers and gifts and show them like real true love. Like, you know what I'm saying? They would never allow a boy to treat them any less than that. Like, they grew up They were raised by their dad who did A, B, C, D all the way to Z. And you think you're going to show up and just do A? No. So it's the same thing. You have the control of your standards. And it's so much easier to uphold those standards if you're doing them yourself. I feel like I'm repeating myself at this point because this is really the main topic that I wanted to hit. And I feel like I've hit it. Also, sorry if this was hard to listen to, especially if you don't have ADHD. Because I know as someone with ADHD, I probably won't even notice. Like, it will feel like such a flowy conversation. So I'm hoping that wasn't painful to listen to. Please let me know though. I'm very curious to see how it came off. It might not even be that bad. It might just all be in my head. I don't know. But regardless, I hope you enjoyed this episode. I know it's a little bit on the shorter side. But yeah, just make sure to show yourself some love every day. Just try to do at least a small little action every single day to prove yourself, to show that you love yourself. It's going to feel good and it's going to build momentum and it's going to be easier and easier. And then before you know it, it's just going to be a habit. It's just going to be something that you do. And I will say it's a great place to be. It feels amazing knowing that you got you and you love you and you feel whole and complete on your own without anyone's external validation or anything like that. It feels great. And I really pray and hope that everyone listening can get to that point and will. It's such a good feeling and it's worth the uncomfortable, weird, awkward phase in between not loving yourself and loving yourself, because there will be an awkward phase, but it's worth it. And I hope that you embrace the journey, because it's gonna be a little rocky, but once it's rocky, then it's good. It's smooth after that, I promise. Anyways, I love you guys so much. I will talk to you guys next week with another episode, and until then, bye.